In the grand scheme of things, then how detrimental do you think that is? Looking at the bigger picture, if you've got, you know, like 7.8 billion people in the world or something. If you've got like a lot of people, let's say, I'm not even going to say a number. If you've got a lot of people around the world who are now giving everybody else a fragment of what they really are, because we know now that social media is kind of like the platform in which we show, we show our personality or something that is kind of like a make-up personality. How detrimental is that then to the world or to us, do you think, if we're kind of focusing more on this social media presence, this social media personality, whether we know that we're doing it or not? There's clearly a lot more focus on what we look like and how we present on the internet. How detrimental do you think that is, or is it detrimental at all?
I think it's already happening in that the biggest detriment is that your online persona becomes more valuable than your real in-person like characteristics and who you are in person. I think it's already like there are people who live in like terrible places, but they figured out how to take that good picture from that right angle, and they are making thousands a month promoting people on Instagram with it because they have a large following. I watched a episode of a TV show where the girl was pretending to be someone else, and the account that she was using to pretend was earning so much that she was sending someone hundreds of pounds a day. So the online, no one cares who she is in person. No one that's following her knows who she is in person.
But
that doesn't matter.
So she was pretending to be somebody else.
And that account was making money.
That's mad.
That online persona, that isn't a real person. It's a picture of one person and the characteristics of another person
So
merged
basically
to
it's a catfish.
Yeah, and that was making money. That was seen as valuable by the people that were following it. People were keeping up with it. People wanted that account to promote them. No one cared that it wasn't that person.
But I was gonna, but so the question was, how detrimental is that? Within the answer that you've just given, you've kind of actually highlighted the fact that actually people have become successful from their online personas. Because in this age that we're living in now, some of the most successful people that we come across on a regular basis are, the YouTubers, the influencers. They've used this new tool that's come out in the last 10, 15, 20 years to kind of like build businesses, kind of like build stuff for themselves. But a lot of the time, especially, according to what you was just saying now, a lot of the time they have given us a fake personality or a personality that's not necessarily authentic. It's more of their online image. But that online image has now clearly become more important than whatever their authentic self is. So it's made a lot of people money. It's made them a lot of success. Does that then not kind of encourage more people, more younger people, to focus more on what they look like, what their best picture looks like, what their angle looks like, what content they're putting out, as opposed to them focusing on what their authentic self is? I don't know.
I think in terms of it being a detriment or being detrimental to, should we say, society, I think a lot of people have become empty vessels. So they're making these profiles. Yeah, you're very successful from it. You're making a lot of money, or is making you feel like you can express yourself in a certain way. But you're having this false sense of, almost a false sense of reality, I would say. But when you take that, when you switch it off now, some people can't remember, some people can't switch off from the internet or from social media. So now when you do have to get away from it, you become this empty person because you put so much of your almost your life and your fake self into that thing, which is basically a phone and social media. Once the phone dies, I've seen some people go into actual panic attacks, like genuine. I've got 1%. You ever seen when people get to the 1%?
Yeah. Trust
me.
The
1% people, and they start.
They're close to home for me.
Literally, it's crazy, and I think I get it. I've always tried to wean myself. So I have times where I used to be almost like spokesperson. You know what?